economic situation. Those whoever are able to face it, fight it, or who can play safe game with it, with all preventive measures, are the survivors, you know it. It is the survival of the fittest. Nature is teaching us to better prepare to face such eventualities, uncertainties, and those who can visualize or who are cautious, those who have good analysis are proven to be successful winners. And preparedness for the future is the key to success. Always be prepared. Be ready in terms of planning. Be ready in terms of implementing your dreams. And we are here anyway to help you with in realizing all whatever the plans you have for your future. 2 years you are going to spend very qualitatively, creatively, provided you give your attention, your time, and we promise that everything, whatever that can be possible, we will make it. And once again, I welcome all of you into the family of AMSOI, and I wish you all the best for your great time here. I hand over the session to Ms. Kalyani. Over to Kalyani.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now I request Ms. M. Sailaja, faculty, to introduce today's speaker, Ms. Firdaus Khan. Sailaja, ma'am.
Thank you, Kalyani. It's indeed.
Sailaja, ma'am.
Yes. Can you hear me? I'm happy to introduce our guest speaker, Firdaus Khan, an associate professor at CMS Business School, Jain, deemed to be University, Bangalore. She has done her BA Honours in Economics from Mumbai University and MBA Finance from Osmania University. Her thesis from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, is on financial well-being and financial literacy of working women, and she has cleared UGC with JRF. Her research interests include capital markets, portfolio analysis, wealth management, gender and development, and economic sociology. She has 20 years experience teaching courses in finance, economics, business strategy, research methodology. She has been invited as a visiting faculty at TIS Hyderabad and IBS Hyderabad, and also a guest speaker at VIT Bangalore. She has launched 3 courses till date: Behavioral Finances, US Mortgage, and Aviation Financial Management. She has presented and published several research papers, winning Best Paper Award in international and national conferences. She was invited to join Elsevier Advisory Panel for Research in 2019 and is a reviewer for Emerald Publishing's international journals. Her career contributions include launching a UK accredited management program as Dean Academics, heading the MBA department of a university college, delivering management development programs for women executives and young professionals on invitation by university departments and corporates. On Women's Day 2020, Firdaus Khan was honored by Academic Council ULITS Technologies as one of the top 50 women educators in higher education across India. She's passionate about bridging the gap between management theory and industry practice in order to create meaningful business solutions and research studies. She is an active member of Mandan, a platform to promote public discourse, supports Save the Children organization, and volunteers at Deborah, an NGO working for quality of life for senior citizens. She also has a certificate in Spanish level 1 and 2, and her profile talks about her passion for teaching. She has always set high standards for everyone, and she is a person who walks the talk. I'm happy once again to invite Firdaus. She's a very good friend of mine to the session. I hand it over to Kalyani.
Thank you, Sailaja ma'am. Thank you, Sailaja ma'am. I now request Firdaus ma'am to start the speech. Hello, am I audible?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Now we can hear you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Continue.
Very, very warm good morning. Namaste to everybody. And I would like to start with, my utmost respect and, genuine thank you to the chairperson, to the secretary, to the administrative committee, and especially to Director Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. Ma'am, my dear friend Shailaja ma'am, I have interacted a bit with also Kalyani ma'am. To all my dear colleagues, all the faculty members, a special warm hello and welcome back to the senior students, and of course the stars of today, that is the junior students who are joining the institute for their MBA. So I was a little surprised when Shailaja invited me, and ma'am has probably sent an invitation, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, and that's like really very kind of you. I do not know whether I deserve this honor at all, but yes, I'm very passionate, and I feel that the kind of push that a woman can give a woman is a little different from what you normally would get in the world outside. So my PhD studies also have been in financial literacy and financial well-being of women. So I feel that at the end of the day, if we talk about agency, if we talk about the problems in the world, it has to begin with women first helping, women communities. So I'm very happy to actually get this invitation from, your institution. It means a lot to me, and I sincerely hope that I can do some kind of justice to the message that I want to deliver today. So I'll formally start, ma'am, if you will permit me. Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Can I start presenting?
Yeah. Yes, Firdaus.
Yeah. Somebody has to give the rights, I think, for present, because it doesn't show present now.
Yeah, Kalyani ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. I'm doing it, ma'am. Everyone can present.
Yes, I can see the option. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Can you see my screen, ma'am?
No, we can't.
Maybe it's loading.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah, it's loading.
Now, can you see it, ma'am?
Yes.
I'll just I was told that this 1 second. I was told that you would like this to be an interactive session. Is that the case? Will the students be also talking back? Can we have that? Shailaja ma'am, can you coordinate?
Yeah. I think Kalyani will coordinate.
Okay, done. Is my voice echoing or something? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can I start? Is like sound and everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So very warm welcome to the the new batch that is joining this wonderful institute, and it's a historical place. It's an honored place with women who have done so well through the ages, and you have got awesome role models in your faculty members. So I have set up a little bit of an interactive session. So I'm hoping that the students who are joining in have some, either they are joining in from their laptops or they're joining in from their phones, cell phones. So I do need you to actually interact a little bit, and that will make it even more meaningful. So I am actually going to straight away jump into a little bit of an introduction, not of myself, but of the students. Okay, so all I want the students to do, so I would like Kalyani ma'am, if possible, please put this code in the chat option of your meet. So I request the students, seniors, juniors, both, please go to menti.com, type in the code 270 577 Just a minute, I'll just load it that side. So Kalyani ma'am, are you with me? Kalyani ma'am, did you get the code?
Yes, ma'am. Code is visible.
Has it been typed into the chat? If you can just please request some of the students to. I have also typed it in. So students need to go to menti.com, and please just describe yourself in 3 words. Please describe yourself in 3 words. So ma'am, I hope you can see the code. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen, okay? And I'm going to go to another screen so everybody can see the response that the students are actually putting in. So if you will just permit me, a second. I hope the students have started typing. Actually, we can see here, students have to please start typing in the code. Have they done that? Kalyani ma'am, can you just encourage them to please? Can you see my screen, Kalyani ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Describe yourself in 3 words.
It's just starting.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I request all the students. I have one response. Very good. Excellent. So we have a student saying that the student is sensible, empathetic, humane. That's a beautiful adjective. Just don't think too much. Whatever is the first thing that comes to your mind, if anybody was to ask you, describe yourself. How do you describe yourself? Focused, active, open-minded, intelligent, ethical, creative. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Straightforward. No, really, really. So we have 4 students now. Can I request? So please don't, there is no right or wrong answer. We're just getting to know each other. So the rest of my talk, actually, I would like to, tailor it to you so we understand who you are. And then the talk for today and all the activities for the 2 years are meaningful. I am active. I am creative, enthusiastic, strong-minded. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Passionate, optimistic, polite. That's beautiful. Really good. Really, really good. Awesome. Can we have a few more students coming in? And can you see right in the center is creative? Right in the center is creative. Okay, so let's see whether that's going to matter in your corporate world. Okay, so I see some more words here coming in. Hardworking. Awesome. Hardworking. Just avoid your names. We don't want to know your name. We want to know you. I'm a very shy person. Okay, good. Strong-minded, I can see. Self-confident. That's great. I'm strong. Somebody says they're strong. Awesome. Really, really good. Seniors are there. Seniors, you can also join in. Just put in some adjectives. Just describe yourself. Yeah, we can see now the ones in the center are self-confident, active, creative, hardworking. Okay, I can see another beautiful thing here. High grasping power. Ma'am, can you see this cloud that is forming? Kalyani ma'am, are you able to see these words on your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So as students input, the cloud builds up. I'm sure you guys must already be using this, the seniors. So this is just for the juniors. This is all of you coming together. And can you see there are a lot of commonalities out here? And especially it's good to see self-confident, good to see straightforward. Okay, really, really interesting to see that you're so hardworking. That's really good. Creativity is important. Intelligence is important. Being active is important. Positive thinking, also self-motivated. I can see here self-motivated, focused. Okay, positive attitude, positive thinking, passionate, quick learner. Awesome. Quick learner. Success. Somebody wants to describe themselves as being successful. Okay. High grasping power. Innovation. I can see another new word now. Innovation. Strong-minded. Empathetic. Really, really good. Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just give you like what 30 seconds, last few, then I'll close this and I'll move on to my talk. Awesome, awesome. Optimistic, innovation, team. I can now see also teamwork. You're special. You're strong. You're sincere. Okay, so really, really good. Really nice. Active, humane, kind. That's a beautiful word that came in now. Kind. Okay. So it's so exciting to watch the cloud build up actually, because it just shows that in so many ways we're actually similar, and you know we don't have to feel like, you know, left out, or we don't have to feel lost. So it's really, really wonderful to see all the words coming in. Straightforward has come in twice. Okay, so intelligent, passionate, quick learner, innovation, sincere, patience. I can see a new word now, patience. So you have a lot of patience in you. Problem solving, I can see. Creative ideas. Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, it's up to you if you would like to keep on, because the thing is open. It will keep building. But I'm going to stop. I already stopped sharing that. So I'll just go back to my PowerPoint. Okay. So I'll just share my screen again. So that was thank you so much for all those who answered. And that was really good to see so many qualities that when we do our reading, when we do our planning for our students, you know, we as teachers, so I've been teaching for about 20 years, we have this concern whether there is a gap between what the industry wants and what our students are. So it's really wonderful to know that whatever you have expressed is exactly what the industry is looking for. So let's talk about you. So the young ones who are joining the institute now, okay, so you are called Gen Z, you are called Digizens, you are the digital natives, okay, so this is a warm welcome to you. This is now finally your world, and we are actually visiting your world. When I say this is your world, meaning corporate India, life in general, thanks or no thanks to COVID, has become very digital. Okay, so these are basically what are the essential features of the younger generation today. All those who were born after 1995. Okay, now what I have done is I have gone on to the internet, gone to newspapers, come up with some clippings about what is it that people understand this Gen Z as. Okay, so what are these qualities? And therefore, when we are talking about a roadmap from college to corporate, we want to bring this connectivity, whether this generation is going to have a smoother transition into the corporate world, or whether they have to really bring about a major change in them, and in what way can college facilitate that. So some ideas coming in, and each time when you're seeing something, please ask yourself whether you are this, because these are not my words. These are all clippings that I've taken from the internet, from websites, from blogs, from even newspapers, and I put them onto my PowerPoint. Okay, so this generation is supposed to be very well informed. They always have information at their fingertips. They do Google up things. They have a lot of self expression, and that motivates them. Having a platform to express themselves is important to them. They're a very wired generation, and they know how to use social media to meet their objectives and goals. Before the lockdown started, a lot of the younger ones had actually went into a quarantine by themselves. So they are looked upon as a responsible generation. They looked upon as a generation that already is in touch with what's happening with the world, and so they take a call for themselves as what is the right way out. So employers say that Generation Z is very entrepreneurial. They do a lot of multitasking, and they're very, very comfortable with the digital format of the world that we're living in. They're very flexible, they're open, and they're always seeking something meaningful. They won't do something just because they're told to do. Until unless it makes sense to them, if it is meaningful to them, then they like to cooperate and come forward. They're very self-reliant, and they require very little instructions. They can, get a lot of work done without a boss around or without a very structured kind of a workplace. They're very versatile. They have, a number of interests, a number of hobbies, a number of talents and skills. They're supposed to be pretty ambitious, okay? And any given time, they're normally managing at least 4 different things. So what is the flip side? What is the negative side of all these qualities? They tend to get bored very easily. So Gen Z, we are told that your generation tends to get bored very easily. You have a little less patience for things and normally get distracted very soon. And then, of course, because you are never trying to really conform, you get also, dragged into some political motives, but also your focus is on social norms. So that's a good thing. You're very uncompromising. You will speak up. You will disagree. Okay. Hopefully that will be a little more in a mannered way, in a very, collaborative way. But yes, the generation does like to speak up. And the generation is basically not very keen to compromise, but they're very keen to collaborate. That's a good thing. This generation can be confused, can get confused. So when youngsters are rebelling against a lot of things, they tend to sometimes get confused as to where the energy has to be really put. But very self-made, they believe in influencing. And of course, at the end of the day, Gen Z, this is the time for you to really join the work world, the social world, even the political world, and make an impact. Because these are the qualities that are required in the new world. So moving on, why an MBA now? So since you are joining an MBA program, Harvard has done this survey and across the world actually, and the general opinion is that an MBA does at the end of the day develop leaders. So 92% of the respondents who are asked that why did they do an MBA across the world, okay, have said that because the subjects are like that, because the delivery is like that, you do take ownership, you do become a leader. You are at the end of the day taking responsibility for decisions and for your world. It also 88% have said that MBA prepared them for whatever was their chosen career. Okay, and this is a beautiful number. 82% feel that MBA is not just for work. MBA has actually improved their quality of life. An MBA degree actually managed to teach them this work-life balance, which is very necessary in our lives that we lead today, the modern lives that we live. Yet, I'm sure that few of you are wondering, what is this MBA skill set? What is this MBA going to fetch me? So I want you to please go back to the same code. Kalyani ma'am, are you there? So students need to go back to that same code 2705778, and there is a new poll now. Okay, ma'am. Kalyani ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So there is another poll now, and the students need to go to that poll. So it's the same link. Okay, so it's a very short poll now. I hope that I'll just share that screen with everybody. So if the students can just have a look at what's the content now. Okay. So Kalyani ma'am, please just confirm if you can see my screen. What do corporates want?
Yes, ma'am. It's starting now. Yes, now we are able to see.
Yeah. So if students, can just so you're supposed to pull. There are levers out there. You're supposed to pull whether you strongly agree or you strongly disagree. Do corporates want the ability to work with a variety of people? Do corporates want simple time management? Do corporates want you to be able to use social media? Do corporates want the youngster to solve complex problems? Do corporates want you to build and sustain and expand your network? So what's your level of agreement that yes, these are the qualities that corporates are looking for? Okay, so if you can just come in and just drag it up to agreement or disagreement, you're most welcome to also disagree. Okay. So again, and if you are agreeing or disagreeing while you're doing that, please reflect. Please reflect whether whatever we discussed until now as to your qualities, your nature, your features, are they common or are they not seeming common? So we can see that social media is something that you use all the time. Okay. So as you can see that maybe that is something corporates want, maybe that is something corporates don't want. Okay. So these are just a few skills, and you need to tell whether you agree or disagree. So time management, also to see time management is almost like 100% that yes, corporates want time management. The ability to work with people also has come in very high. Ability to solve complex problems, okay, is like really high. So all the answers coming in are showing that yes, these are qualities that corporates are looking for. And social media seems to be low. Okay, so you have to select each one. So it's up to you. You can keep it to also disagree. That's completely your wish. So whatever you've seen until now from peers who are working, or maybe some family members who are working, maybe you have parents, you have your own network, you have mentors on LinkedIn. So what is the kind of input that you're getting as to what is it that the industry is looking for? Okay, so we wait another 30 seconds. I can see right now social media is dropping. So social media doesn't seem to be one of the skills that corporates want, according to the poll. Okay, according to the poll. And the most important thing as of now looks like the crowd is telling us, the attendees are telling us that time management is very significant. Solving problems is important. Expanding your network is very important. Okay. And of course, working with different kinds of people is going to be very important in the corporate world. And apparently, based on the response of the attendees, social media is not really all that important. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. At least this is the response that we got from the crowd. So this is crowdsourcing. We got some answers from the crowd. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope that it was interesting to you to even think about these issues. So I come back to my PPT, and that will be all. So I won't be asking you to go back to any other poll now. So I just wanted to have a insider view before we really got into the topic. So basically, what we are understanding today this morning is that probably social media skills are not needed. You'll be shocked to know, you'll be surprised to know that social media skills are required by everybody. You'll have a social media team, but even other than that, corporates expect you, not just corporates, now even teachers. We as teachers also, we use LinkedIn. We share the kind of work that we're doing. We use Twitter. If I've written any research paper, even the journal will ask me to share on Twitter, or even I myself would like to share on Twitter. Okay, so Twitter has become very important. LinkedIn always was important for every professional is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and other than that, it's up to you what kind of profile you're creating. You want to come to Instagram, you want to stay on Facebook, so or using social media not just for your personal profile or for your personal persona, but as a team. So even organizations, whether they're educational or they're corporate, even organizations now have a social media presence. They have a social media presence, and since Gen Z is so strong in this, please understand that you just need to channel it properly so that it is useful instead of being a little wasteful. But very, very important, social media skills are important, and please don't think that they're not going to, you're not going to be able to use them. You will. Okay? So moving ahead now, basically the MBA program per se, from the beginning has been set up in such a beautiful manner that it does deliver all the essential skills that are required for success, in the corporate world. So starting from leadership to teamwork, very important today, not just problem solving, but before problem solving, you analyze. You have to have analytical skills. You have to understand the data coming in. You have to understand the root cause of this problem. You have to understand the parallel factors that are causing this problem or even causing this opportunity. So analytical and problem solving skills. course, very, very important, right? I have done my MBA 20 years ago, you know, and even then and even now, initiative was very important. So you cannot possibly wait for people to say, come join the team, contribute, tell us who you are, tell us what your skills are. You have to have that can do, will do kind of an attitude. Okay, very, very important now, was not so important earlier, the ability to adapt. The ability to adapt. And please understand that when we are saying that MBA skills are all this, we do not mean pedagogy, we do not mean courses only, we do not mean only course outcomes. These will be your MBA experiences. This should be your experience at college. So this is your roadmap. That when a course is teaching you leadership, when a course is teaching you initiative, are you doing that when there is some discussion in the classroom, when there is some event being organized? Okay, so you have to make sure that you are actually implementing every single thing that is being taught to you in the classroom. And let me tell you that teachers nowadays have become so creative and accommodative to also make sure that these opportunities are there in the classroom. So this essentially is your roadmap to understand that actually as soon as you join the course, you have joined the workforce, you have joined the corporate world. Okay, only thing is that here in college, it's a safe place. It's a safe place to build your skills, to show your skills, to get the kind of feedback from your teachers, to also develop it further. Okay, so please don't think that this is going to be implemented 2 years from now. This is going to be implemented from tomorrow. This is going to be implemented hopefully even from today. Okay, so very important is to have the ability to communicate. I cannot stress enough on communication skills. Okay, so communication, a lot of soft skills, and soft skills are taught. They're taught particularly in an MBA program. But are they used? Are they applied in those 2 years? That will be your roadmap. Okay, very important to think beyond your classroom, beyond India. We are now dealing with world issues. We're dealing with contagion. So when COVID-19 struck in one particular country, it spread so quickly. Okay, that contagion, and then that kind of stress, and then the beautiful understanding that India is actually so strong. So we have had our entrepreneurial class survive. They have survived. And especially to understand that we are so IT savvy. We had infrastructure. We had school teachers, we had college teachers, you know, we had corporate India, we had SMEs coming onto the online platforms so quickly. So communication skills are very important. Communication medium is very important. Wanting to link, wanting to know what the other party can bring to your solutions, you know, your perspective is extremely important. And please understand, do not reduce your MBA to a classroom, to a textbook. It's an alive subject. So what's management? Managing resources. And a big chunk of those resources are people. So you have to start implementing, start looking at your personal life also. Okay, there is a decision to be made. There are a few resources. What's going to be the best way to apply these resources so that my family unit can achieve, you know, our goals. We all can achieve our goals. Very important to have a global orientation. Technology is something you're already good at. Time management is something you've got to work on. Time management is something you really have to work on. Project management, meaning everything that we do in life can be broken up into chunks. And then that has its own quick way of accomplishing. So you have to break down whatever, whether it's your assignment, whether it's, you know, your preparation for the exam, when you go for your internship, when you also prepare for your interview, all of these things can be broken up into smaller chunks. And then you can actually plan that so many hours can be given. This is the person I will ask for help. This is how I will tell myself that, yes, I've achieved this goal. Okay. And just that commitment to excellence. Please understand, MBA is for professionals. We're never going to accept chalta hai. We're never going to accept chalta hai. And it's not like you have to have a fancy title. It's a mindset. Management or an MBA student, MBA philosophy is a mindset where what you want to really do is you want to commit to the best that you can do and to come up with the best kind of outcome. Very, very important So all this is repeating here, but very, very important is entrepreneurship. So we have, the leaders of our country also encouraging us. And anyway, any given day, please walk out into any gully, any lane of India, you will find multiple entrepreneurs. You will find multiple people having small businesses. Okay, so entrepreneurship is not something fancy. It's not just Amazon. It's not just a Flipkart, right? It's not just, Oyo. Entrepreneurship is getting started, having an idea, building something. So we already have a culture of that. So all this is going to come your way. All this is going to be as exciting, as boring as you're going to allow it to be. Okay, so the beauty of management is it's actually a very live kind of a world. It's alive. It's very in sync with what happens. For example, I teach finance. Every day that the stock market opens and every day that the stock market closes, my world shifts. So I have to keep track. I have to keep track. Every day that every business opens its doors to business, and something is faced, the customer is faced, value is created, something is sold, our world changes. So we have to be very nimble. We have to be very quick. We have to want to update. This has to come from your side. Okay, so very quickly, I wanted to give you a few insights because a lot of times students are very concerned about their jobs. Kalyani ma'am, is everything fine? Are you guys with me?
Yes, Firdaus.
Okay. Is this helpful in some manner, Sharja ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to give, because we have oftentimes the concern is there that with my MBA, how do I prepare for the job market? And now that we are in COVID period, how do I prepare for the job market? What has changed? What has not changed? So the beautiful thing is that whatever was an MBA program, it already was so strong. It already was so strong that it has only become more meaningful in today's world. Now we need people to manage these moving parts. We need people to understand that, we need people to keep an eye on what's changing out there. We need people to keep the resources tight, to keep the resources from being wasted. So that value for MBA always was there, has become much more. Now, what's the challenge coming in now? The challenge coming in is how do we work? How do we work? How many opportunities are out there? How do we prepare for these opportunities? So that is something that now I request you've got to now be like that radar. You have to keep tracking. Okay, you can't now go to sleep behind the wheel. You're driving the car, you're driving your career. You have to now, from now till 2 years, keep seeing how this is going to shift. So what's the data that we know today? Today we do know that our states, our respective states, India, Asia, Europe, all of us managed to survive the COVID crisis. Okay, so we're very grateful for that. So a lot of insights that tremendous kind of crisis also is something that we can face. This tremendous sudden crisis also, all of us have the ability to adapt. I think that is where we have to really concentrate. So it's very exciting to see that some things are still there and some things have pivoted, changed in a slight manner. So personally, for me as a teacher, I'm very delighted. We were hearing this for the longest time, for the last 2-3 years. Teachers are going to become irrelevant. Ed tech is coming in. Students will want to have their own courses. No, nothing like that has happened. I also have attended a lot of online courses. I've done a lot of software packages during this COVID period. The kind of interaction that a teacher has with the students, the kind of personality the teacher brings to the class, the kind of passion that the teacher's life work shows the student cannot come in a tech kind of a space. So similarly, when people work together and people inspire each other, people ideate, people are creative, that cannot be substituted by AI. It will not be taken away. That cannot be completely virtual. So we are still in like an amber, how we see the traffic signal. So red, green, and amber. So we are in this amber space. We have to still now see where this corporate world is going to move. What's the good news? 42%. There was a big survey that was done by Times Jobs, and this is from Jan 8th survey, latest survey, Jan 8th, 2021. And they have asked a number of HR, personnel across 2,000 companies, and they got this input that 42% of these 2,000 companies have decided that they will continue to work remotely in this year, and half of those who want to continue with remote actually are also intending to continue in this work from home format for 1 more year. So good for you. 2 years, you're quite safe. You're going to be able to learn in a very safe place. But actually, I hope you understand that it's easier now to connect with companies because of the virtual format. And my special humble request to all the teachers of the college, it's so much easier to attend so many industry symposia. And they update you, they invite you, you attend one, and they invite you. It's the easiest thing. And if you're not doing it, then you have taken a decision to not be updated. See, in the earlier world, you had to make the effort to travel, to attend, to manage your time. Now it's just the click of a screen. You are in or you're not in. So please do not lose this opportunity. The kind of opportunities we have with corporate world opening their doors to us. It's amazing how much academia is now linking with corporates. So grab this opportunity, with both hands. The second thing that we're seeing is that 40% want to actually continue with a hybrid kind of a format, this particular 2020-21, where they want to actually call employees on alternate days, and the other days they will work from home. And 18%, actually a small proportion, want to completely stop work from home. So what I'm trying to say is that the Gen Z, the digital kind of strength that you have is actually going to continue to be valuable, at least in the near future. Okay. Another thing that we are seeing is that of those who are now continuing with work from home, 23% of them actually want to continue for the next 5 years. They are definitely not even thinking about taking a chance for the next 5 years. So some companies have also done that. So there is a variety is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So your communication style, your teamwork, your ability to extract data and work with teams, all this you have to learn in college now, because this is also a format. And again, this is great news for women. This is great news for female candidates. Where now you have a whole world that opened up. So you can, your parents need not stress out. You need not stress out about travel, about safety. So what I'm also trying to say is that let's be optimistic. Let's look at what are these opportunities. Not everything is negative. And at the end of the day, we are resilient. We can, we can find solutions to things. What's the message I want to give you? So 85% of the firms also want to rehire those whom they fired. So that's another indicator that we have survived. Companies have value. Companies are able to face stress. So don't let someone else tell you that jobs are not there. That is not true. Jobs are very much there. Jobs have been there. And the way you need to prepare for jobs is slightly changing. That's all. Okay. So 43% of companies want to hire in 2021. And 31%, however, of the companies who want to hire, they would rather go for contractual kind of an offer rather than a permanent role, which is again a good thing for a youngster. So you're not tied to a company. So you get like a year or two to see whether this field interests you, whether your skills match this field, and then you can commit to the field for the long term. So all good news coming in. Okay. I do want to give you this message that this is commonly seen. We are seeing this across so many of the reports that are coming in, that the top 5 skills, and that's the poll you took. The top 5 skills are the ability to work with a variety of people. I think this is where we go wrong. Parents try to protect. Students also are too scared. Students have some kind of, mindset that they don't want to really get into trouble. But you have to expand your social circle. You have to expand your network. You have to be brave. Because earlier, when you're working in the real world and there was at least a physical kind of a connectivity issue, now we are completely virtual. There are different cultures, different styles of work that people follow. So you have to expose yourself today. You have to build this today. So I repeat, your roadmap started today. So one of the things you have to do is try not to talk yourself out of answering in the class, working with somebody unknown, building a new team and not staying with the same familiar people. You have to learn to manage your time. You have to be able to prioritize and not drown into something that seems very daunting, seems very scary, but actually it's a small part of your big journey and big preparation for the corporate world. So use your teachers. They are your true mentors. They have done it. They continue to do it. So turn to them. They will be able to give you a better idea as to how to manage your time. And very important to understand how this digital space impacts the business. Social media is extremely important. One negative comment, and similarly, one timely information. There are so many Twitters, so many announcements on Twitter, and if you miss it by half an hour, you miss a completely good opportunity. If you miss that by a couple of minutes also, you look like a fool. When there is some breaking news around the world. So social media for business connectivity, that is a skill that should be there. Okay, that is important. Now don't get worried about this complex problems. It's not really whether it's a complex problem or not complex problem, but you should be able to think that what is the reason why this is a hurdle to business, to my work. What are the factors causing this hurdle? Okay, so what's already available? What needs to change? Can I solve this problem by myself? Do I need to link to somebody else who can give me some kind of a idea? Okay, and I think you already know big data analysis, forecasting. So a lot of data being collected on the cell phones, collected on the internet. And I don't know how much you know, but I think you must have heard that Yahoo was bought by Verizon. And Yahoo actually people thought it's a dead company. It has got no value. But Verizon actually bought Yahoo only for the data. They had data regarding customers, people who had used Yahoo for years together. So a cell phone company also needs data to be able to build a pattern as to who are these people, how can I sell them goods and services, how can I take care of their concerns regarding health, regarding safety, regarding education, regarding jobs. So this data has to be managed well, this data has to be used in a responsible manner. Now, what are these top 5 jobs? Okay, so the upper part is all about skills, the lower part is all about these jobs. Okay, again, nothing new, just that we have now 2 fancy things coming in, artificial intelligence and data science. The remaining 3 always were trending, continue to trend. But if you look at all of them, okay, so the third one is about interacting with the customer. And the 2 above are interacting with data. The 2 below are bringing the customer and the data together. So at the end of the day in business, that is what it is. There are 3 pivots to us. We have to look at data, we have to look at the client, and then we in the middle have to bridge this gap. So there is nothing new that's happening. Okay, there are some codes being written. We're making it easier for us to take decisions if we're using artificial intelligence. But I was surprised. I was completely taken aback how much Excel has changed. That is something we take for granted. Excel has got something called flash fill. That's a version of AI inside your ordinary Excel in your laptop. So don't think artificial intelligence is something very fancy. It's a very simple thing. There are some predictive ways of filling the data, looking for patterns. Okay? So pivot tables, when you use in an Excel sheet, that's a version of AI. It's nothing else. It's guessing what could be the way in which you can use this data. So AI is not something fancy. AI is going to be a part of every single thing that you do. So these are the opportunities that are trending right now. But please understand, managers at the end of the day manage. We can manage film stars, we can manage sports stars, we can manage political campaigns. Of course, we manage businesses, we manage SMEs. Okay, so you can start your own entrepreneurship. And therefore, so the last couple of minutes now, I need you to please focus. Your roadmap is not just for your first job. Your roadmap is for your career. College is not going to prepare you for your first job. College is going to make you so strong that you yourself decide and you see a path for yourself and you move towards it, even in a changing world. It's never going to be about one job. It's going to be about skill set. And that skill set is applied in different ways as the world moves. So I need to just give you 2 more simple messages. A lot of students stress out, is this the right time to do my MBA? Where are the jobs? What's going to happen to the world? And what a terrible, uncertainty that we are facing. So is it an MBA in crisis? So actually, a couple of years ago, we had this book called Anti-Fragile. Okay, so if you have a conventional package, if you have a career delivering a package. Let's say from Bangalore city, I send a package to my dear friend Shailaja ma'am in Hyderabad city. And if suppose I'm sending some, glass crockery, that box will be having lots of stickers, fragile, fragile, this side up, handled with care. That's how our world was. That's how our world was, where we gave these warnings that, see, this is what I am, all this I am not. So I don't want to expose myself. I don't want to expose my business. But today we are living in a world that is anti-fragile. What is anti-fragile? Anti-fragile doesn't mean that you're made of wood, that you're so strong that if somebody bangs you also, you are safe. That is not anti-fragile. Anti-fragile is the more weight you have, the more stress you have, the more somebody bangs that package, then that package gets stronger. Those hindrances, those uncertainties, those terrible things, so-called terrible things, don't break you. They actually make you stronger. They make you much more competent. And that is where your generation comes in. Your generation already has all these things for this new world. Your generation has got a style that is so correct for the kind of world of work that we are moving towards. But you have to have discipline. You have to link and get the wisdom from your teachers. You have to link and think of bigger things beyond Netflix. You have to understand that the world is giving you an opportunity to actually collaborate and create something that's going to be valuable for the next number of years. And you have got to be brave, because every generation before you has been brave. Okay, so please don't think it's an MBA in crisis. It's an MBA that is reloaded. It is reloaded for the new normal. So we are now prepared to face the work world. One simple thing I want to tell you, as women, please understand that entrepreneurship is a beautiful opportunity. So at least a small proportion of you, if not a large proportion, should look at entrepreneurship. And this is Falguni Nair and her daughter Advait Nair. And I don't know if you know, but she's the one who started Nykaa. Okay, and do you know she was an IIM graduate? So Falguni is the mother, IIM graduate, investment banker, very fancy job, very comfortable life. She gave it all away. She gave it all away in 2012 and started from scratch. Okay, and today her company earns 400 crore revenue. It's a company worth 5,000 crores. Okay, walking away. So you're not just preparing for a job. You're not preparing for a salary. You're preparing for creating something that's going to be valuable for years together. So entrepreneurship is something that I really hope that at least some of the youngsters in this group are going to look at. Another example for you, so we have Dipali Goenka and Vanchika Goenka. So although they belong to this big fancy family called the RP Goenkas, but still her husband, so this is Dipali, the mother, her husband has started Wellspun. Okay, and he started in 1985. And she is a psychology graduate. She's a psychology graduate, the mother. And in 2002, she decided to contribute and go to work on a daily basis and be at the office. And she completely turned this textile business. She completely made it into India's MNC. Wellspun is the one that supplies to Walmart, their terry towels. And they are the largest manufacturer across the world for those terry towels. Okay, you have to understand that she was a psychology major. She was a mother. She also must have faced patriarchy, but she built something, and her daughter also has come and joined her. And they are running a 60 billion revenue company, completely done by the women. Okay, and you can imagine the kind of hindrance she must have faced. People used to look at her as the boss's wife, as somebody who was doing it for a hobby, and then she had to fight and create that kind of identity for herself. Okay, so Dipali is the CEO and the joint MD. So this is the new, online space that they're also creating, the new kind of a model that daughter and mother are creating. So my last advice to you, where's the roadmap? The roadmap is going to start by cooperating with your teachers. So we are in a hybrid space. We are in a blended learning kind of a phase. Please understand that you have to be the independent learner. The big responsibility is in your lap, your side. If you need support, link to your teachers. You need to communicate what is it that you need. The teachers already have their plates full. A lot of administrative work to be done. A lot of new content to be created, which we didn't have earlier. We also have adjusted to the new format. We also have got now responsibility to start the publishing, to take some FDPs, MDPs, lots of new things that teachers are also busy with. So until unless you step up and you speak to your teachers, they will not be able to help you. And please don't doubt their commitment. They have done it for so many years. They're there for you. Now it's up to you to take that benefit. Okay? You need to be a very organized learner. There are now weekly timetables. There are login times, log out times. There is a time. There's a deadline within which you have to submit your assignment. You have to submit your test. Take that Google test. You could be traveling. You might be taking it by phone. So have some kind of a calendar. Okay, maintain all your learning materials in one space on one gadget. Do not cause trouble to yourself and to your teachers. Okay, you have to be a dedicated learner. You have to continue, even if it looks tough. You'll miss one small part of your course and then you will scare yourself out because everything will build up to a skill. Okay, you already are a curious generation. Good, that's going to really help you. But you need to also go beyond the textbooks. You cannot also be only online. So you have to create a combination of the two. So theory is not something bad. Theory is the base. And on theory, we build the practical aspects of business. So don't let anybody tell you that theory is boring. Theory is structured understanding. So you have to start with theory and then think about what's happening in the real world. And of course, please have integrity. You have to have integrity as a learner. Don't do something just for the sake of finishing the assignment. Don't disappoint your teachers. Don't demotivate your teachers. Try to do the best that you can do. Create something simple and original rather than copying. So if you are in it to win it, if you're joining today and you're committing 2 years of your life, I have a very simple roadmap for you. Please have self-motivation. The world, as you already saw, is a scary place. Suddenly something comes up. COVID can come in. Multiple solutions can come in. Confusion can come in. Collaboration can come in. Health comes. So it's a mixed bag. You have to keep motivating yourself because you see the best version of yourself few years from here. Okay, you have to manage your time. Extremely important for every single person who's in this hybrid space. Okay, we have a lot of learning. We can share so many tips with each other. Do that. You have to be committed. Your college is there. Your teachers are there. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, I'm sure has planned the entire experience for you in a beautiful manner. But at the end of the day, she is 50% of it. The team is 50% of it. If you won't come forward and also cooperate, also give some kind of suggestions, give feedback, encourage the teachers, encourage the team, then you can have a beautiful blend of exactly what you were what you wanted to receive, and what the party has planned for you, the team has planned for you. I cannot stress enough, research skills does not mean going to Google and reading the first link. This is where students are going terribly wrong. Corporate India now wants you to understand the pattern because getting data, AI is doing it. So computers are going to give you all that. But what is it that you see and nobody else is able to see? So when you do research, do it holistically. Understand the history of this issue. Understand what caused this new kind of a stress to come in. Understand where the solutions are. What can be done. How it is to be done. So do not go to the first Google page. Do not go to Wikipedia. Okay, commit to learning when you are online. Commit to learning. A lot of false data is also there on the internet. So be careful. And of course, extremely important, corporate India wants you. Corporate India doesn't want a version of Wikipedia. Okay, the world doesn't want a version of, let's say, Shailaja ma'am or Firdaus ma'am. We are here to inspire who it is that you are. So you have to be extremely original. Develop yourself. Take these 2 years as this opportunity to have a self-discovery and see where you link into the real world. That is basically all that I wanted to say, that the roadmap actually already begun. Good for you that the MBA has been a very, very strong program. It has only become stronger. Now, what's the other thing? You are already having some skills. You have to just make it a little more disciplined. Take the help of all your teachers. So I wish you all the very best, and I'm sure, I'm confident that you're going to have a beautiful experience here, and you're going to be one of those people that, I will put your name and your face onto some slide that I'm talking, years from now in some other forum. So I would especially like to thank, Shailaja ma'am, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am for this opportunity. It's been really nice to, link with the colleagues and with students. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.